Uh, I am to narrate to you briefly why 27th October is regarded or celebrated as the Infantry Day. Before that, the credit and due course, I need to tell you about 1st Battalion, the Sikh Regiment, which in its earlier avatar was known as 14 Firozpur Sikhs, and in the present avatar, it is known as 4 Mechanized Infantry, 1st Sikh. Early 1942, the battalion was mobilized and it participated in the Burma campaign of the 14th Army under General Slim from 1942 till the end of the war. After the war, it moved to Malaysia in 1946, and in that war, Naik Nan Singh got a Victoria Cross in March 44. We had 16 military crosses and a host of other gallantry awards and 6 battle honors. The battalion had done itself proud, covered itself with glory. And in 46 November, it celebrated its 100th year. Its centenary celebrations were held in Kuala Lumpur. Thereafter, the independence came about. The battalion came back, it was shipped back to Bombay. From there, it moved to Delhi and it was stationed in Delhi. And on 14th of August, the credit to the battalion was that on 14th evening, it provided the ceremonial complement for unfurling of the flag at Princess Park, and the same component from the ramparts of the Red Fort on 15th August, where then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru unfurled the flag. That briefly is the story of 1st Sikh as we see in 46. They were deployed in October to quell the riots that had taken place post the partition. तो कंपनियां काफ़ी गुड़गांव के एरिया में डिस्पर्स थी. बटालियन हेडक्वार्टर और 2 कंपनियां गुड़गांव में थी. कंपनी जटसुआना, पलवल और रेवाड़ी में. इतवार का दिन था 26 अक्टूबर को, जब महाराजा हरि सिंह ने असेंशन इंस्ट्रूमेंट साइन की और बटालियन को वार्निंग ऑर्डर मिला कि आप एक ऑपरेशन के लिए जो कि 27 सुबह 4 बजे शुरू होगा, आपको उसके लिए तैयार होना है. बटालियन लेस 2 कंपनीज इसके लिए जाएंगी. इतवार का दिन होने के नाते एडम डे होता है सिख रेजिमेंट में. जैसे जवान अपना सिर नहाते हैं, कुछ आउटपास गए हुए थे. एक सिनेमा हॉल जो गुड़गांव में था, वहाँ अनाउंसमेंट हुई कि 1st सिख के जो जवान हैं वो तुरंत पलटन में वापस चले जाएं, और ऐसे पलटन इकट्ठी हुई. एम्यूनिशन आदि डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया गया, एंड बाय लेट नाइट men were ready, and on 27th morning at about 3 in the morning, the convoy left for Palam airport, and by 4:20 men and people were ready. Colonel Diwan Rajit Rai was in command. Alpha Company, Charlie Company under Captain Kamaljeet Singh, and the defense platoon under Gurbachan Singh, who was MC Bar. This was the component which was ready. Captain S.K. Sinha, who later on became Army Commander and was the Governor in J&K, he handed over the op order, 2 maps, and the component was seen off by Air Commodore Mukherjee, by Brigadier Lakhwinder Singh and Brigadier Melsop, who was BGS of the command. Exactly at 5:20, the Dakotas fired off, and by 9:15, the first landing took place. The task given to the CO was very clear. Firstly, secure the airfield, and if the airfield was unsecure, fall back on Jammu and then use the road transport to get to Srinagar. Secondly, to aid the civil government in maintaining law and order, and to ensure to keep the raiders away from Srinagar. If they are in Srinagar, to throw them out. Having reached there at 9:15, Without any firing taking place, the airfield was secured. And after deploying the troops, the CO came to the conclusion that since the enemy was not in the vicinity of the airfield, it would be proper to reach out to the enemy and stop him as far away from Srinagar as possible. That one decision by a young CO is what saved the Srinagar Valley for India. Charlie Company by 10:30 was able to get into the transport which was provided from the civil hired transport, and they moved towards Baramulla. When they were short of Baramulla, on between mile 31 and 32, they carried out a recce of Baramulla and saw that Baramulla was burning. Before that, an aircraft sortie was also taken by Dakota to see where the raiders were, and this was also confirmed that the raiders were still milling around Baramulla. उसके बाद कैप्टन कमलजीत जब वहाँ पहुँचे, एक हॉस्ट कैवलरी की डिटैचमेंट ट्रूप थे जो कि महाराजा के ट्रूप्स थे, उनसे संपर्क हुआ। लेफ्टिनेंट पृथ्वी सिंह उसके इंचार्ज थे, और उन्होंने भी ये बताया कि आर्सन, लूटिंग और बारामूला का बुरा हाल हो रहा है, बारामूला जल रहा है, और ये इन्होंने अपनी दूरबीन के ज़रिए भी देखा। यहाँ मैं बताना चाहूँगा कि इस डिटैचमेंट के पास, फर्स्ट सिख के नफरी के पास कोई रेडियो कम्युनिकेशन नहीं थी, क्योंकि जो रेडियो सेट्स जिस जहाज़ में आ रहे थे, उस जहाज़ में कोई स्नैग होने की वजह से वो जम्मू लैंड किया, और इनके पास कोई कम्युनिकेशन के साधन नहीं थे। दूसरी बात थी कि जो इनके पास एक ही नक्शा था जो सीओ साहब के पास था, और जो भी प्लानिंग ये कर रहे थे वो ज़मीन को देख के कर रहे थे, नक्शे से कोई प्लानिंग हो नहीं पा रही थी। इन कठिन परिस्थितियों के बावजूद कैप्टन कमलजीत सिंह ने अपनी तीनों प्लेटूनों को डिप्लॉय किया, और प्लेटूनों ने अपनी अपनी जगह अपनी डिफेंस खोदनी शुरू कर दी। उसी 27 तारीख को तकरीबन 2 बजे के बाद मेजर हरवंत सिंह, जो कि मिलिट्री क्रॉस थे सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर के, उन डेल्टा कंपनी के साथ श्रीनगर पहुँचे, और वहाँ से सीओ ने आदेश दिया कि क्योंकि श्रीनगर को पहुँचने के 2 रास्ते हैं, एक जो उरी से श्रीनगर को आता है, दूसरा जो नस्ताचुन पास सोपर होके शेलातांग से श्रीनगर को आता है। तो सोपर वाला जो पुल झेलम के ऊपर है, उसको सिक्योर करना नहायत ज़रूरी है, इसलिए एक प्लेटून आप वहाँ डिप्लॉय करिए। और साथ ही साथ एनसी के कुछ वर्कर्स ने बताया कि श्रीनगर में अफरा तफरी फैल रखी है, उसको कंट्रोल करने के लिए मेजर हरवंत सिंह को सीओ साहब ने आदेश दिया कि आप फ्लैग मार्च करिए, ताकि जो मुस्लिम लीग के लोग हैं उनको डिस्पर्स किया जाए। और एनसी के गाइड्स के साथ ये कार्रवाई मुकम्मल की। प्लेटून डिप्लॉय करके तकरीबन रात के 11 बजे मेजर हरवंत सिंह अपनी एक प्लेटून और कंपनी हेडक्वार्टर के साथ वहाँ पहुँचे, क्योंकि एक प्लेटून उन्होंने एयरफोर्ट की डिफेंस के लिए छोड़ दी थी। दिस इज़ हाउ at Baramulla, mile 32, the strength which was built up was 4 platoons and 2 company headquarters with a section of 3-inch mortars. 28 सुबह पहला कांटेक्ट होता है दुश्मन से, और दुश्मन की हरकत झेलम के साथ देखी गई। हॉर्स्ट कैवलरी को उनके ऊपर फायर हुआ, और इसके बाद कुछ मोटर और एमएमजी का फायर भी आया इस प्लेटून के ऊपर, लेकिन कोई हमला पूरे तरीके से नहीं आया। तकरीबन 10:30 बजे सीओ साहब वहाँ पहुँचे, और उन्होंने देखा कि बाकी हालात का जायज़ा दिया, एंड ही लेटर ब्रीफ्ड द एंटायर कंपोनेंट ऑफ हाउ टू गो अबाउट। व्हाट ही हैड इन माइंड वाज टू बिल्ड अप एट द प्रेजेंट लोकेशन द एंटायर बटालियन and then attack Baramulla from the left flank. That is what he conveyed to the two company commanders who were present, Major Harwan Singh being the senior most. Then he had to, because there were no communications, he had to return back to Srinagar to ensure that more ammunition and more troops could be hurried into the location. And again, CO returned by 5 o'clock and informed the troops there that there had been a delay in the build-up of Alpha and Bravo company because they took time to get in from Palwal and Sohana. That is why it had been delayed. By then, what had happened, that the enemy had bypassed this location and was getting behind. In fact, when the CO was driving to this place, he was fired upon. And that is when the CO took a decision that rather than being bypassed and making Srinagar secure, they must withdraw back towards the spill channel which he had seen, which was closer to Srinagar, and fight a battle there. Therefore, on orders, Delta Company under Major Harwan Singh with his 11 platoon withdrew first and got into the transport and moved towards Shelatang. He had clear orders to pick up the platoon from airfield and from Sopur and build up at Shelatang. About 5:30, it was getting dark and dusk was setting in. That is when the platoons of Charlie Company moved towards RV, and Colonel Ranjit Rai, who was there visible. When they were withdrawing, the CO was moving ahead, followed by Captain Kamaljeet Singh and Captain A.C. Roy, who was the regimental medical officer in that entourage. Suddenly, they found that Colonel Devan Ranjit Rai stumbled and fell, and a stray bullet seemed to have hit him straight in the head, and he seemed to have died on the spot. At that point in time, Subedar Sajjan Singh of the mortar platoon was also killed, and along with him 6 other Jawans. Captain Kamaljeet Singh then decided that it was impossible to carry the CO all the way, though Lieutenant Ranjan Singh, the CO's orderly, did carry him for about 500 yards. They realized that they were slowing down and the enemy was closing in. So the decision was taken to hide the CO's body along with that of Subedar Sajjan Singh and 6 others. The body was hidden and camouflaged in a crevice, and the company moved back to Shelatang, and on foot. That is where they contacted Major Harwan Singh. By then, Alpha Company under Captain Balwant Singh and Bravo Company under Major Ajaib Singh had also concentrated at Shelatang. However, when Major Harwan Singh saw the lay of the ground, he realized that the entire frontage would be linear and there would be no depth to the defense, and they could be bypassed by the raiders from either side. तब उन्होंने ये डिसीजन लिया कि हम शेलातांग पर डिफेंस ना लेके हम आगे बढ़ेंगे और जो अच्छी जगह हमें मिलेगी उस जगह पर हम डिफेंसेस लेंगे। याद रहे कि उनके पास कोई नक्शा नहीं था जिससे वो ये डिसीजन ले सके। वो आगे चल पड़े। चलने का तरीका ये था कि एक प्लेटून डिफेंस ले लेती थी, आगे बढ़ते थे गाड़ियों से, और फिर अगली प्लेटून डिफेंस लेती थी ताकि दुश्मन उन पर हमला ना कर सके। ऐसे करते हुए वो पट्टन से तकरीबन 17 माइलस्टोन के पास पहुँचे, जहाँ मूनलाइट में उनको एक लेफ़्ट और राइट में पहाड़ी नज़र आई, और जिसको उन्होंने देख के समझा कि ये बिल्कुल ठीक जगह है जहाँ रेडर्स को रोका जा सके। 29 सुबह तकरीबन 3 बजे से पलटन को उन्होंने डिफ्लाई किया। अल्फ़ा कंपनी पूरे लेफ़्ट में, चार्ली कंपनी सेंटर में, ब्रावो कंपनी सेंटर में, और चार्ली कंपनी रोड के ऊपर। इसके तहत डिफेंसेस लेते हुए तब तक कैप्टन मंडेर के नीचे 315 पंजाब की एक प्लेटून और 13 फील्ड जो कि इन्फेंट्री रोल में थी वो भी शामिल हो गई थी, और मोटर प्लेटून पूरी हो गई थी, और पायनियर प्लेटून भी थी। सो एक कंसोलिडेटेड डिफेंसिव पोजीशन, ऑल राउंड डिफेंस लेकर पट्टन के इलाके में डिफेंस तकरीबन 29 को तैयार होगी। याद रहे कि 27 सुबह से लेके 29 सुबह तक जवानों ने सोकर नहीं देखा था और एमरजेंसी राशन पे थे, और अभी तक मुठभेड़ में कुछ एमुनिशन ज़ाया हो चुका था, एमुनिशन की भी आवश्यकता थी। इस हालात में तकरीबन 5:30 बजे एक ट्रकों का काफ़िला बारामूला की साइड से पट्टन की तरफ आते हुए देखा। All the troops that were there, including the JCOs, which were then called as Viceroy Commissioned Officers, only barring one, all were decorated and all had seen the entire Burma campaign, fought the Japanese. So these were battle-hardened troops who knew the value of conserving ammunition, who knew the value of protecting themselves and killing the enemy. And when they allowed the enemy to come within 150 yards, when the first volley was fired by the Charlie Company platoon on the right. That was Subedar Mal Singh's platoon opened fire, and the first volley had about 80 of the enemy. Their bodies were dragged. The enemy was in jeopardy. Their trucks couldn't back. It was commotion for them. The enemy then withdrew till about 8:39. They had relative peace. It is about 9:30 when the enemy's mortars started to range, first with smoke, and then HE rounds started to rain down on the defenses. The men had dug themselves in. They were reasonably sure of there. By then, a truckload of ammunition had come from the rear and replenishment took place. All this while, the troops were surviving on hot cup of tea and emergency rations of shakkar paras and mattis. That is all they had had. And halfway through the 29th, none of them had had a wink of sleep. They had been digging and they had been fighting. At about 10:30, the enemy shifted his focus to the left flank of the battalion, and Alpha and Charlie Company received the brunt of the attack. Alpha Company more so. There was a close firefight. 2 enemy attacks were repulsed from that side also. Then Pioneer Platoon, which was further left and to the rear, reported enemy movements, and the enemy had spent its force, but it kept shelling and kept MMG fires. This also confirmed to the battalion that there were a fair amount of regulars in the raiders which had come, because MMG mortars are normally not part of the Lashkars of the tribals. And also one of the platoon commanders of the enemy was captured, and it came to pass that he was a regular on leave who had joined there. Some prisoners were taken. The battalion had also suffered about 12 wounded, 1 killed, and the enemy seemed to have dissipated his energy by then. Again, late in the evening, the enemy again tried to maneuver towards Alpha Company and bypass it. Again, an attack was launched, and the 4th attack was also repulsed. Between 29th and 3rd of November, the battalion fought a decisive defensive action, not allowing the enemy to maneuver around their flanks and get to Srinagar. This delay from 27th to 3rd of November is what permitted the Indian Army to build up its strength at Srinagar, where one Kamau, the Para Battalion, had been inducted, and artillery guns had also come in, which were then handed over to 13th Field to operate. And this is how Srinagar was saved. By then, 161 Brigade had been established. Colonel Harbaksh Singh had taken over as deputy, and Brigadier L.P. Sen as commander. Earlier, Brigadier Katoch had come in, but he was wounded and had to be evacuated, and therefore Brigadier L.P. Sen came to replace him as commander. That is when it was decided that the enemy was now building up onto the Sopur side, and it was therefore required to hang on to Shelatan, strengthen it to prevent him from entering Srinagar. Baba Meher Singh, Air Commodore Meher Singh, popularly known as Baba Meher Singh, and Colonel Harbakh Singh flew in an aircraft to drop a message for the battalion to withdraw to Shelatang, because the enemy or the tribals were also operating on the same radio frequency, and that withdrawal could have been knowledge to the enemy. On that receiving of that message, on third afternoon onwards, First Sikh withdrew, and by late on fourth night, it had taken up defences at Shelatan, covering the bridge over Jhelum. Between 3rd to 7th, the defences were strengthened, and on 7th was fought the Battle of Shelatan. Colonel Harbakh Singh, since he knew the ground, was allowed a free hand to plan and execute the battle. What he planned was, on 7th morning, on receiving information that about 400 to 500 tribals had concentrated on the hill opposite the bridge, his plan was to attack frontally with First Sikh, use one command under Colonel Pritam to attack from the left flank, and use the scout cars or the armored cars of 7th Cavalry under Lieutenant Noel, who was in Gandarbela area, to come and hit the enemy from the rear. The entire plan worked like clockwork. The frontal attack went in, the left flank went attacked by one command went in. In a joint operation, the enemy was set to rout, and then came the armored cars, and they decimated. Close to 250 to 300 tribals were killed in that operation. And that is Battle of Shelatan became the turning point of the rout of the tribals, and the designs of Pakistan to capture Srinagar were thwarted on 7th of November 1947. That battle was the turning point in the entire history of saving J&K by 1st Battalion and the 1st Battalion, the Sikh Regiment. It covered itself with glory. Thereafter, it was in operation for 13 months till it was relieved from J&K in November 1948, having captured Uri, having captured Titwal in the bargain. The battalion in this 13 months had won 1 Paramveer Chakra, 4 Mahavir Chakra, including late Colonel Diwan Ranjit Rai and Naik, then Jamadar Nand Singh, Victoria Cross, Mahavir Chakra, and 22 Veer Chakras. It had the battle honor of Srinagar 47 and J&K 47-48. That glory that the battalion was able to achieve was taken as the first battle of independent India by the infantry, and on 27th of October each year is today celebrated as Infantry Day.